Hello guys, and today I'm going to be doing a video teaching you guys how to vector in Vectornator. It's basically like an Illustrator on the iPad alternative. It's really good, and it's for vectoring images. So I'm going to show you how to do it today. Consider it as an updated tutorial compared to the other one that got like 5,000 views. It's insane. Thank you for viewing that video and stuff. Thank you all to that. For all the people who viewed it. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, to import this image, in Vectornator, I just started a new project. It's very simple. If you're downloading the app for the first time, what it'll do is it'll walk you through a little tutorial. So, and then it'll let you have your own project. But to import, you just tap on this plus and import the photo you need. But, anyways, once you tap the photo and import it, it'll be in a layer, like here. So what I did, by default, it'll be like this. Just lock the layer. You still want it visible, though. And then add a new layer. So just click this plus, add a new layer. Now, this way, you'll be able to draw on top of it and see before and after. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First, we select the pen tool. This is the pen tool right here. And we want to zoom in on the image. But this beetle's going to be cute. It's not going to be exactly like this. This looks not so cute. So without further ado, let's get in. So we're going to start right here. And now we're just going to kind of drag that out. And it may look a little bit sloppy what I'm doing. But trust me, we're going to edit it. And then what we're going to do, do that, and zoom in a little bit, and then go around here, and do that, and boom. This looks like the sloppiest mess you probably ever made, but don't worry, we're gonna fix it. So first, go to this node selection tool. This will allow you to select these and move them around. So, we're just going to select this one, move it around. Try and follow this tutorial as close as you can. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. But just try, for the sake of your learning and of this tutorial, try to follow along. I recommend you follow along and don't just watch this and then try it. I recommend you actually follow along. So, then you're just going to select these nodes as you see what I'm doing here. Just selecting these, dragging these. You know, doing what we need to do. But you may not know what we need to do. So you just want to tap on these nodes, and then you see these handles. You can drag them in to, adjust the curve, kind of. And, this is a very simple tutorial, so I'm not going to get into all the complex things. It's going to be a simple tutorial. And then you just want to kind of edit it into your liking, so that it looks good, and make sure you like it. Make sure it actually looks good to you. And so now we'll have this little outline. And this may not look exactly how the image does, but it looks way better than what it started off as. So, when you lock layer 1, it's important that you did and added another layer, because notice you can't move around layer 1. Just wanted to point that out. But you can move around layer 2 if you like. But I don't recommend you do that. Now what we're going to do is add another layer. We're going to lock the other one, and we're going to add another layer. This layer will be for more details. So, make sure to follow along. And we'll use the node selection tool to just drag that out over here. And, again, using the pen tool is very crucial, and using it properly, so that doesn't end up making it look wrong, or whatever you're doing look wrong. Very important. I'm going to slightly do this a bit different than the actual image, to give a bit room for something we're going to do. But I do kind of just want to rotate this a little bit, so that the proportions still look semi-correct. And then if you scale it, you'll know it'll start distorting, but you can put one finger down so you keep the same ratio. so that it doesn't end up looking a bit weird. So then just put one finger down while scaling. And you can do this with your fingers or a stylus. I'm using a stylus, not the Apple Pencil or anything. That's a bit expensive, so I don't have it. But I am using a stylus, or your fingers will work just fine. It's really up to you. We're gonna slightly adjust this curve. If you didn't notice by now, there's a slight box in the corner so that when you're scaling the handles, if you'll let me, so that when you're doing the handles, there's a slight thing showing exactly where the handle is, the exact pixels and stuff. And now we're just going to adjust the handles here. And this handle looks a bit long. We're just going to put one finger down, two actually, to do both handles like that. And now this looks a little bit fancier. And we're starting to get there. So now, what we're going to do is unlock the last layer, lock the current one, and then go to the last layer. Because now we're going to slightly extend this to exaggerate it a little bit. And you'll know why soon. And so that's, now that it's exaggerated, actually, change of plans. We're going to delete these selected nodes. Oh yeah, use this trash button right here. This way, we'll have a shorter beetle, and you'll see why. Because for the style of what we're doing, we want something a little bit shorter as far as length goes. To make it look slightly different. And then we're just gonna kind of take this and okay, that's not what I wanted. We're gonna get rid of we're gonna unlock this layer over here and then just get rid of that, because we don't need that. So the next thing in the beetle, but first, before we do the next thing, we need to adjust this. Need to adjust this slightly. So we'll take these nodes and just move them. But also, you want to make sure that the nodes look right and don't look wrong, because if they look wrong, it'll end up being wrong as far as the final image, and you don't want that. So, now for this detail layer, just kind of drag that down a bit. And we want antennae, or antennae, however people say it. I like to say antennae, so we're going to do that. So first, we're going to use the pen tool, drag this out, and then you just want to kind of also drag that out, and then use the node editor to extend that. Then we're going to go to the pen tool, we're going to go back, and you notice how adjusting the handles makes a slight difference. Just tap and it'll be fine. And then, boom, like that. Then if you want to adjust the handle, go to the node selection, and just do that. Simple, right? Then, what you want to do is duplicate that, and you can do that by just clicking those buttons up there. In the video edit, I'm going to show those. Now that you have two antennae, I'm going to do after I slightly change the antennae art, what I am going to do is go to the shape tool, and then I'm going to click on it again and do ellipse. And then you can put a finger down so that it stays the same aspect ratio and doesn't distort itself. So, do that. Then we'll just move it a little bit. Then we're going to go into fill, turn it on, and make it completely black. Then what we're going to do is make the pen tool and change the stroke to white and the fill to white. Then we're just going to, over here, oop, I made a mistake. Then in the node editor, I'm going to slightly adjust how this looks to make it look a bit more cute. This is what I meant earlier by cutting off that other section. Then, what I'm going to do is duplicate this. So if we select it, and then we just copy it and paste it, and then scale it down, put a finger, and now it looks like a cute beetle. There you can see where it's going here. Now, for the overall shape, you can go into fill, turn fill on. Instead of making it white, let's make it a bit of a color. I'll go for a bit light of like a pink, a pinkish white, like that. Then what we're gonna do is for the fill of this, we're gonna slightly make it a bit darker. So then what you want to do is make sure you're on layer 3, and what you want to do now is actually you want to be on layer 2. You want to tap, oops, not there. I'm going to tap, then tap, and then tap, and then tap, then tap. Then you try to tap here, tap there, tap there. Oh god. You just want to tap there, tap, 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 tap. Now we can use the node adjustment. So first, though, you want to put this curve under here. No, you actually want it over. Never mind. Never mind. So what you want to do is go to the node adjustment, and you want to basically take these and then move them so that they're in the line. Double tap on them to make them to have a handle so that there's a curve. And keep doing that, because now you end up having is a smooth shadow. And then you just want to move this though. And then you can put a handle. Then you can put a handle on maybe this one. Okay, maybe you don't. Then put a handle on this. Drag it down a little bit. And do the same for this one. Drag it forward. Then you want to add a handle to here, add one here, and boom, you have your shadow, but it looks a bit messy along the edges. So, to fix this, you first want to have a curve over here. And, okay. Now, what you want to do is take this original curve, go to the style, turn off the fill, and then what you want to do is go to layers, swipe this way. Oh god. So then in layers, what you want to do is you want to take this, and then you want to copy and paste it. So now you have multiple of these curves, and then you want the bottom one to have style and fill. And you want the bottom one to have that fill. Okay, yeah. So you want that bottom one to have the fill, but you want the fill to be different than the shadow color, of course, so you want it to be that one. And then this other line, you want this line to be above. So then you want to drag the shadow under the non-filled curve. This way you have a smooth shadow and it actually looks like it's in the lines. That's how you do that. That might be one of the complex parts, but it's easy though. So now you want to do the same thing for this forward section, or this section. So you just want to take this, and then take this, take this, take this, make sure it has no stroke, but make sure it has a fill. But if you go to Styling tab, and then go to History, you can find the exact one you used. Then you want to go to the node adjustment, drag all of them down, just like that. Then you may want to tap to make new nodes, to make things slightly easier. Then what you want to do is make that the handle, like so. And then tap, make that have a handle. And at the top of it, which you want to do, so you want to, the top, you want to have this have a handle. And this part, you want it to have a handle. And then if you go with the pen tool, and then just maybe tap to add another node, so that you can get a smoother shadow, so that it doesn't look like just a straight line. And then you can just tap with a finger right here. And now, again, to fix this messy line problem, to this curve, just want to drag it right below that one. And boom. Now you look like you have two shadows. However, one's a slightly different color. That's actually just my mistake. So what I'm going to do is go in here, Styling, and match it up. Lastly, what you want to do is take the fill. You want to take the style of these antennae and put a fill on them. And then maybe just play around with the colors. The fill. So like, for example, you can take that and like maybe play around with it. I think that color looks really good, so I'm just going to use that. And then, lastly, what we need to do is add one more layer. And this layer will be on top of the other ones. And, actually, it'll be below the other ones. But not the image, though. So then you just want to add a background, and insert for this background, you just kind of want to, don't really have a fill. You don't want to have fill right now. Maybe make the beetle kind of like the original, kind of make the beetle look like the original image. As you can see in the original image, if we hide other things, it's sitting on some kind of small log thing. Not a log really, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, so you can put a pen here, put one here, put one here, or oops, put one here, put one here. And then what you want to do is fill it back in, and maybe put a bit of pen lines on here, so you can just kind of have a bit more extra nodes to use and edit. And so just like that, now you have a bit more. You can start to get a little bit creative, kind of, as far as the shape is concerned. So just kind of move this around, and yeah, just kind of get a bit of a shape going so that it doesn't, so that this way it looks a bit more natural. Now for this, in the Style tab, you want to turn on fill, but the fill shouldn't be that color. It should be some kind of brown. So what we're gonna do is go to orange, right? And then go here. And that's a good brown. Let's make it like that, maybe. Not dull. Alright, there. That's good as far as that. And then what you want to do, let's go in this layer, and you want to make a shadow. And for a shadow, I'm going to click here. You want to, you want to then click here, click, 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 click. You want to click, click, and click, click. Just start tapping, keep tapping, but you don't want to fill on this one yet. Or oops, you do want to fill and you don't want a stroke. So turn the stroke off. Then what you want to do is make that slightly different. Go in the node editor and start editing things. So I'm just gonna make things a bit more curvy, just so that the shadow looks more natural and less of just there unnaturally. So with this one, what you want to do, we're going to use the same trick as last time. So what you want to do is copy, paste, and then you want to go in the Style tab, turn off Fill, and there you go. The shadow is now under these lines, but then over this original one. However, there's a little bit sticking out under there, so what we're gonna do, nothing you can't fix. Double tap, curve, and then maybe move that up too. Boom, you have that. And then, if you want a bit more of a background, you just can start, kind of doing thing. So yeah. So the last thing you need to do for this tutorial is add a new layer, and then it has to be below all the layers. Make sure you lock the other ones so you can't accidentally select them. Basically, you make this rectangle, then go into Style, go into Fill, and then instead of solid, make it gradient. And so you can make this one like a green, darker green. Then you can go here and make it like a lighter green. So you can just go here and kind of make it a lighter green. This we can just kind of remove somehow. Oh, this you can kind of just add a thing in the middle. And then just kind of sketch on some stuff. So add another layer. I know I said the last one's the last one, but this is optional. This one's optional. So what you want to do, let's go here and then go on layer 6. Use the pencil tool and turn up the smoothness. Turn off fill. And then maybe just start adding some turn off stroke, turn on fill, make it solid, and make it like a yellow. And then you can just, kind of add some just stuff in the background, maybe some leaves. I like to see leaves, and this is optional. Again, you don't have to do this. I want to do this just to make the image look more fancy and nice. And these are just leaves, remember. So yeah. Then I'm going to select each one of those and actually give it a stroke. But the stroke is going to be black, of course. Then stroke, 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 stroke. You get the idea. Once you've added a stroke to everyone, now what you want to do is just go here, maybe adjust the leaves slightly, and then draw inside of them. So maybe this and this, Yeah, so now what we can do to multi-select is do this. So you can select, select that. Oh, okay, that was an accident. So just check on multi-select by clicking that and then select both of those, then go into path and never mind. Go into the pen tool and just connect them. Then go here and double tap to make it a handle, or to make it have handles, and boom. Just like that, you have some leaf. And then this, you can just kind of fix that real quick. Just fix it, and then you can add details into the leaves, which is actually what I'm going to do. So, because I have some smoothness, I actually don't need a fill. That's not why, but I have smoothness. I also don't need a fill, and so I can just go in here, kind of just do that. Add a bit more, some leaves, and then do a bit of that. And do that to each one. This is optional, but it really makes a huge difference. About, how the image looks and the quality and how much effort was put into it. So, and remember, if you draw outside the lines, you can always drag them right back in with the node editor. So just remember that. So, now, turn back up the smoothness. Turn off fill. Turn on a stroke. And make the smoothness 100. Oh god, what the heck did I just do? Okay. Anyways, just draw on these leaves. Really, really helps the effort. Now that you have that, I'm gonna draw the beetle some legs. Looking a bit legless over here. So let's just do that real quick. Just gonna use the pen tool for this one. And unlock the layer. Lock the other ones so you don't accidentally select them. And oh, it says the active layer. Oh, my bad. Okay. Select this and then just give them some tiny legs. So, legs will be very, very, and I mean very small. But I mean, hey, it's worth it. Yeah, just tiny, tiny legs, but at the same time, looks like a very, very cute bug. But we're just gonna come over here and rotate it maybe a little bit. Scale it just a little bit. And then we're just gonna duplicate it. Copy and paste. The wonders of magic that is. And then you can just kind of flip it around, Just kind of play around with it, Just have a bit of fun doing this, okay? Like, honestly, this is something just to do and relaxing. And honestly, it makes the beetle look a bit cuter when it has 4 legs and not all of them. Honestly, it really does for some reason. So, gonna add this pink. Maybe move this in. And add fill to that also. Yeah, it's actually pretty cute. Then finally, the last thing you need to do is just draw this line on the leaf. Oh, and turn the fill off. Then draw lines. And boom. Zoom fit. And there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is basically the this is the end of the tutorial, and you can see that's the drawing we came up with just a little bit of time and effort. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.